Showdown channel?
Hello and welcome to our 52nd Open House. I'm Eva Danesh.
And I'm Dusty Stiles. We're here for our 2020 Open House Show. This, you know what? We've been doing these since the early 1980s. So this just goes on and on and on. It's really exciting to see all the kids out there doing their jobs in this live telecast. It's really cool.
We'll be having K-Bev students all around the school giving interviews with teachers, students, incoming 9th graders, and we're so excited to see all Beverly has to offer. We'll be providing full coverage of this event live, so stay tuned.
Yep. And if you're at home, we used to.
We are so excited to be speaking to so many people tonight.
Right.
Mr. Stiles and I will be here hosting the event.
Yep.
We'll be touching base throughout the program, and we're very excited to see everything that we have going on tonight.
And as you're watching it, we're watching it. If you're at home right now, get in your car, drive on over, join the festivities. That's half the fun.
And we are streaming live on YouTube and on Spectrum Channel 6. So if you want to switch over to the other one, whichever one is more convenient for you, we're very excited to see you.
Yes, indeed. And so all our people will be out in the hallway. If you see people with microphones, walk over, talk to them, let them know that you're here, let them know what you're interested in, and then go home and watch it later on YouTube.
Yes, this is an event that we've been watching. I've seen a couple of the ones we've had from previous years, and we're so excited to be putting this on again, and we're so excited for an amazing show with so many speakers, and we have a lot of pre-recorded segments by our producers. We're highlighting so many of our departments.
Right. The show is really nicely laid out with live interview and then a clip and then live interview and then a clip. It works really well that way, and it enables us to cover the entire school, even in areas where we can't get the live cameras. We have footage from there that gives you an idea of what's going on in those areas.
And if you're a prospective Beverly student, this is an amazing program to watch because you'll be getting to know the ins and outs of our school. If you're looking to make your schedule, you'll be prepared because you'll know all the extracurriculars and all the classes you should take.
Yep, right, great. Okay, looks like we're ready for Jackson.
So let's send it to Jackson with our first live interview of the night.
Give it up. Hi, I'm Jackson Harris. Open house has just begun, and I'm here with Noe. So I was notified that you are part of the current enrichment program, where they take students in for about a month and they teach them all about, different parts of the studio. So how are you enjoying that so far?
It was great. We learned a lot of things, and yeah.
That's great. So what do you plan on seeing tonight?
What? Sorry?
So what classes do you plan on going to see and learn about?
Like K-Bev and maybe everything, all the electives. Yeah, not really sure about what elective I'm gonna pick, so.
That's great. I know there's a lot of options to go see, a lot of class opportunities. So there's a bunch of stuff that you can learn about and see if that's what you're into. So I hope you enjoy your time here. I hope you learn about and decide what classes you're going to take next year. Now let's send it to our office interview.
So I am part of the office staff. I work in the main office, and I assist assistant principal, Mr. Drew Stewart, and he's over operations and a lot of the discipline we do have here at the high school. I also do enrollment, help out a little bit around everywhere. Anywhere I'm needed, I kind of can help out and fill in, but that's my main role, is to support him. One of the main problems we had with a lot of the incoming freshmen and things like that, it was a transition from elementary, middle school to high school. And in the past, when they transitioned here, you had 4 sets of kids coming from 4 different schools and 4 different backgrounds. And once they all meet and clash together, in a way it's a good thing, in a way it's a bad thing. You know, new friends developed and things like that, and sometimes they don't know how to handle those kind of pressures, or not having a friend that they had all their life to not being their friend anymore for whatever reasons. So basically I would just let them know, you know, high school is a new beginning. There's going to be a lot of new things, a lot of different things. Friends will come and go, and just because you're not best friends anymore with some people, or you don't hang out as much as you do, it doesn't mean you have to stop being their friends. And a lot of times you get the, oh, I'm not their friend anymore, but there's not any reason. It's just you guys go your different ways, and you guys should just respect each other and just learn that high school is going to be a lot of change, and just take the change and go with it, and any change, just try to make it positive and not negative. So if you need your counselor, or you need to make an appointment with your counselor, you should go to the counseling office. It's located right across from the main office in the main hallway. We also have, if you have a parking permit or anything like that, freshmen shouldn't be driving, but you never know. You'll go to the counseling office as well. If you need a lunch permit because you only have a 1 through 5 or 0 through 5, you can go to the former House C. That's Ms. Price's office, and she can help you with the lunch pass to leave when your classes are over. And if you need to talk to any other principals about ASB or activities or anything like that, you'll come to my office, and I'm located in the main office. Jennifer Riley, she's the principal's assistant, and she's located in the main office too, in the principal's office, and she helps out with all the work permits and things like that. So a general message I would like to give to the students: come, be prepared, and this is not a playground. You guys are gonna come here. This is the last steps before you guys go off to college and become adults. So you guys need to come here, be serious. There's always gonna be time for fun and games, but we're just asking for your respect, and you guys come here prepared and ready to learn. For the parents, we need your help to make sure your kids come here ready to learn. So make sure they're prepared for school, and make sure they're prepared to learn, and respect goes a long way. So please, 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 pass the respect on to us here at the high school, and we will definitely pass the respect on to you. Thank you for having me, and have a good day.
Hello everyone, my name is Alana Morgan, a junior here at Beverly Hills High School and lead anchor on KBEV 6 News at the 53rd Annual Beverly Hills High School Open House. Today I'm here with Samantha.
Hi.
So can you tell me what club you're representing today?
I'm representing MSA.
And what is MSA about for like the incoming freshmen who want to get involved?
It's a great opportunity for young kids, especially high schoolers, to get exposed to medical fields and learn how to use tools that actual professionals use.
And what did you learn from this club throughout your years of high school?
I learned how to use a micropipette. That was pretty cool.
And what advice would you give the incoming freshmen who are kind of scared and nervous? What would you say to them?
It's just like middle school, except people are taller.
I definitely agree with that, Samantha. Thank you so much. We're going to send it back.
It'd be with my girlfriend.
Why?
Because I love her a lot and I'd like to spend more time with her.
If I could have dinner with anyone dead or alive, I think it would be my favorite soccer player, Ronaldo. He's an inspiration for mine. He trains very hard, he works hard, and I want to be like him.
Tom Holland. Why? Because he's Spider-Man.
I would want to have dinner with George Washington. He was the first president, and I want to know, what his thoughts are on that. It seems pretty interesting.
If you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be? Noah Schnapp. Because he's amazing and he's so sweet.
Mark Cuban.
Why?
Because he has a lot to teach me and I have a lot to learn.
You. Because you're so amazing.
John Mayer.
John Lennon.
Why?
He's great. This is my favorite singer of all time.
Ian Somerhalder. Because he's a really good actor. If you could go to dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Kanye West.
Why?
Kanye West.
Why?
I don't know. He's my dad.
If you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott. Why?
Because he's my favorite artist and I love him so much.
Because he's my inspiration and I love him. And he's dating. Oh wait, no, he's not dating her anymore. I don't know. I don't know. If you could go to dinner with anyone, who would it be?
Parsa, because I've been friends with him since preschool.
Drake. He's just perfect. Yeah, California. Why? Because I love them. Chris Hemsworth. Why? Because he's hot. My fans, I love all of them. David. Why? I love him. Peyton Mormer or Chase Hudson. Why? Because they're really hot and I really want to meet them. If you could go to dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. Why? Why?
He's my favorite artist.
The Weeknd. Why? Because I like him. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, why? Because I like him.
If you could go to dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be? I would go with my mom because she's my best friend and I really like to talk. We get along with each other. If you could go to dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Beyonce. Because I feel like she's really wise and she could teach me some things.
Hello, I'm Noah, and I'm here with Miss Nelius, who is one of the English teachers in the department. Hello. So, what classes do you teach?
This year I'm teaching AP Language and English 9 Honors, but I've taught everything at Beverly.
Wow, that's great. So that means incoming 8th graders, you'll be able to give them advice on what they should prepare for in their 9th grade English class, and you can tell them about what to prepare for their AP literature class. What should they do?
Well, for English 9 Honors, it's important to read a lot and to write a lot because those are the two main focus in English classes. And it's also important really to be prepared to take on the challenge and do the work. I always say that it's kind of like signing up for cross country. You better like running. Same thing if you want to sign up for English Honors, you need to like to read and write. I think English 9 Honors is a great class. It's fun. We had fun when you were in the class. I think that was a good experience. And AP English is really good too. It's a college level course and there's a lot of nonfiction analysis, a lot of writing, a lot of action. It's very interesting that way. So I enjoy teaching both of them.
Wow.
Yeah, English 9 honors was pretty fun. I mean, because this is where we start reading Shakespeare. Romeo and Juliet, of course, is the classic. But what other books do they read?
In freshman honors, we read the Odyssey, and then my students are reading Antigone by Sophocles, and then we will do Romeo and Juliet, poetry, Fahrenheit 451, and a couple independent reading books where they have the choice to pick things that they're interested in.
This is almost a little nostalgic for me here. Wow. Okay.
What did you read for your independent books? Do you remember?
In 9th grade, I do not remember. I do not remember at all.
Okay. I put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Whatever. Let's forget about it. Anything that you think really divides 8th grade English from 9th grade English in terms of, well, the class?
I think the biggest difference that the students are going to find kind of across the board is the need for more independence, perhaps, than they may have been required to show in 8th grade. I think the middle school is going to really encourage that sense of independence, so I'll be curious how these new students come in. But given that you now have 5 to 6 different teachers with different expectations, and you have to keep track of all your work in a very different way, I think that can be a challenge. But I think the middle school setup is great to support that process. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how this all works out, since it's new for us too.
Yeah, I think that was a great interview. Great for you 8th graders. Now know what to expect when going into English and English honors and preparing for your AP class. Yes.
So I'm here with Aaron,
James, and Alex.
So how are you guys enjoying open house so far?
Good. It's fun. Yeah, we just got here.
Yeah, that's great. So are you guys looking forward to looking around the school and seeing your classes?
Yeah, we haven't seen that much yet, but we're definitely gonna.
Yeah, it's exciting looking for where we're gonna be next year.
I've never been in this section of the school yet.
Right. So, there's a lot of opportunities here at the school. There's a lot of classes to go check out. I'm sure you guys are going to learn a little bit about the school and what classes you guys could possibly take next year. It's a great experience. So, are you guys by any chance interested in K-Bev or any of that?
Yeah, I'm interested in checking it out.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you should check out. It's very fun. We do live streams like this all the time. It's a great experience and a great way to learn new things. So thank you guys so much for being here. And now back to our next interview.
We are here at Albion Street Elementary School for Beverly Hills High School's annual field trip here. For almost 90 years, Beverly seniors have been coming here to join Albion Street Elementary K-6 students and have a joyful holiday.
For the past years I've been here, we always perform, and every single time I do it, I always see smiles on their faces. And I always say that my biggest thing in doing performance is getting a smile on people's faces. So that's my big thing.
It's also about tradition. We've done this performance. I think the Madrigals have done it for years, and so it's just a nice way to connect with our community as well as the Madrigals.
I think that it makes them feel good when they just see the happiness that these kids have
from getting these presents?
Yeah, like just like it's great for them to like kind of learn how to like see all these kids and how like innocent they are, how happy and outgoing they are. Really gives them like because like when you're a senior, think about college, you're all stressed. But like this kind of reminds you to kind of like stay happy, Just like the kids here, they're like very happy, very outgoing.
We had such a fun day today and want to give our biggest thanks to Service Learning and Ms. Mars for working tirelessly to put on this amazing event, and also to Albion Street for welcoming us so warmly year after year. We can't wait to be back next year. For KBEV 6, I'm Eva Danesh.
Hello everyone, so we are back with some incoming freshmen. Can you tell me your names?
I'm Batia. And I'm Tyler.
And what school are you guys coming from?
Beverly Vista. Yep, same.
So are you guys excited to be going into high school?
I'm more scared than excited. Same.
And so can you tell me like what you're interested in? Is there any like clubs or sports that really like strike you guys' attention?
I'm probably going to do volleyball as a sport and a club. I don't really know about any clubs, but my elective is probably going to be theater.
That's a good one.
I want to do theater, yeah.
What made you guys want to have an interest in theater?
Because we did choir for like 2 years, and then they have a musical, and also I kind of just want to like go out of my comfort zone and act.
And what about you?
Yeah, same.
And so what would you guys say is like one of the best things that you've learned about Beverly so far?
That they have a lot of like programs and stuff.
What? The best thing you've learned about Beverly so far?
They have a lot of programs that you can join, which seems interesting.
Great, we're gonna send it back. Thank you guys so much, and you guys are gonna do amazing. Good job.
This program was brought to you in part by a generous donation from the Bossy family. K-Bev thanks you for your support.
Good morning, Normans. I'm Jasmine Singorian, and here's this KF6 weather forecast for the week of January 15th. Let's get right into it. Today, all cities in the Los Angeles area are seeing partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the mid to high 60s. Moving later into the week, Santa Monica, Los Angeles, and Beverly Hills are all seeing temperatures in the high 50s to low 60s with a high chance of rain. On Friday, the clouds are staying in the area with the day bringing nice temperatures. Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, and Santa Monica are seeing temperatures at 57, 59, and 61 degrees respectively. Saturday brings a day with blue skies and minimal clouds. All day, these cities are seeing cool temperatures of the mid-60s. Lastly, on Sunday, the last day of the school week, brings a sunny day with no clouds in sight. The day has temperatures ranging from 69 to 73 degrees. Thank you so much for watching this week's live weather forecast. From KF6, I'm Jasmine Singorian.
So I'm here with
Amanda.
Jesse.
And what grade are you guys in?
I'm in 8th.
I'm in 8th as well.
So that's great. What school do you guys currently go to?
Beverly Vista.
Beverly Vista.
Okay, so how's open house so far? Have you guys looked at any classes in particular?
Yeah, I've looked at English and history.
No.
Classes? Well, there's a lot of things to see here. I know it's a little overwhelming, but there's a lot of opportunities that you can get involved with. Things like K-Bev, which is this class, and we do interviews like this all the time. It's great. It's a fun experience, and overall, all the classes here are great. All the teachers are great. I hope you guys enjoy your time here. Is there anything that you're looking forward to seeing or learning about?
I'm looking forward to foreign language.
Passing.
That's great. So thank you guys so much for allowing us to interview you. You guys did a great job. So now we'll send it back to our next interview.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Good
You
job.
guys have a good night. We are K-Bev. From producers to directors, editors, journalists, and field reporters producing the Norman Update. The news. Weather. Sports games. Shows and more, creating a product for everyone to enjoy. KBEV 6, what's right about Beverly?
Here they are able to create, discover, and dream big. One way students can do this is through hands-on learning. Robotics gives students real-world skills in business, engineering, and leadership. Mortork has been a world-class team for over 15 years. Students are able to teach their peers about what they are passionate about. Now is the time to challenge yourself and become part of our robotics family.
Who are we? Mortork! Who are we? Mortork! Who are we? Mortork!
Hello. Hello, and we are here with Mr. Castle, Beverly science teacher and robotics mentor. Mr. Castle, thank you so much for joining me here today in our wood shop.
Thank you for having me.
So, Mr. Castle, can you give a little overview of what robotics at Beverly Hills High School is like and what it's like for students?
Our program is a very robust, encompassing program. We have a business side, and we have an engineering side, and we have a programming aspect as well. So when students come into the robotics program, they have a choice of pursuing an interest that they may want to have as a career. The engineering side, they learn lots of different math concepts, they learn physics concepts, and they apply those all together to create a robot. Our programmers, they're learning coding, they work with the engineering side to get the robot to run, and our business side is looking at how does the company run? So we run it like a company.
As in like the really cool tools and stuff.
Oh, so Beverly Hills is taking a lot of time and money to invest in some of the latest tools that we have. We have a CNC machine which cuts metal. We have this last summer we purchased a laser cutter which cuts acrylic, plastic, and wood. We also have hand tools over there. I don't know if you can see in the background, but they are wireless cordless drills which connect to the Wi-Fi, so you can adjust the torque and the speed on your cell phone. I can also track them, so if a student misplaces it, which happens a lot, I can find where the drill is at. So we try to give their students a cutting edge of machinery and technology to make them career ready, so when they enter into either college or a skilled trade, that they are ready to go. We have engineers that come and they work with our students, they mentor our team. So they have people from programming, companies that come, software companies. We have people that come from aerospace companies that work with our students, from different engineering firms that come here, and from different businesses that also mentor our business side. So yes, it's definitely real world, and everything that they learn here is what's going on in the real world, and they can leave this class after spending 3 or 4 years and go and apply for a job as an intern, or start off probably at a higher level than most other students would in a trade.
It's amazing to have this foundation available in high school.
I agree, absolutely. I wish I had this when I was a student.
And for students who may be interested in joining robotics, what is a typical robotics student's commitment to the team, and how would they be able to join?
So we meet typically the first semester twice a week for 2.5 to 3 hours a day. And then second semester, when our competition season starts, students meet 5 days a week from anywhere from 3 to 8 hours a day. So the demands are pretty high, but it's to ensure that they're learning the skills that they need to build a world championship team and robots.
Yes, and our team has been lucky enough to be so amazing and be able to go to the World Championships twice in the past 2 years. So every year for the past 2 years we've gone.
Yes.
So go more tour.
Go more tour.
So Mr. Castle, thank you so much for everything you do for our team and being such a dedicated mentor and teacher to all of us.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
And thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, so we are back with Madison Heller. I've known Madison for a while now, so can you tell our audience and the incoming freshmen about By Your Side, the club that we've been a part of?
Yes, so what By Your Side is once a week on Wednesdays. Mainstream students have the opportunity to interact with our special needs population. It's an incredible club. It's most definitely had a profound impact on me. And across differences, you really learn to be friends and have meaningful relationships.
And also, I heard that you're implementing a program. I want to know more about that. Tell me about it.
Yes, so the program is called the Special Education Leadership Program. And what it entails is you're essentially an aide in the prime room for kids who have special needs. And you learn to be their buddy, you read with the kids, you relate to them, you discuss your day, and you really just become good friends. And while they take away a lot, I truly believe, and I have taken away so much more. It's fantastic.
And so Madison, you are a scholar student, and you also have extracurricular activities, you're involved in clubs, and you still maintain to get good grades. Can you tell me how you do it all for the incoming freshmen who need to know how to handle their time?
Sure. I would say it's a fine balance, and in terms of what you involve yourself in, it's all along a continuum. So find your passion and utilize that passion to its fullest in some way. At only 17, I don't think any of us are 100% confident in what we want to do, but through a program like By Your Side, you make a difference in our world, and I think that's what's most meaningful.
And what advice would you give to the incoming freshmen who are kind of nervous and scared and don't know where to turn? What would you say?
I would say don't be concerned, because everyone's in the same boat. You're all going through it together, and you will truly get acclimated, and you'll find your niche, and without trying, it will all come effortlessly. You'll make friends, you'll meet teachers, you'll take your classes. It will take a few weeks, but once you get adjusted and used to it, you'll start liking school.
Great, that was amazing, Madison. Freshmen, you guys should take notes because she gave some good points. We're going to send it back.
terms of like for Mr. Carey's class?
Yeah.
I did a lot of graphic design. Last semester I did some audio production. And I made a lot of covers, or not covers exactly, but titles for this class in general, for other shows.
Yeah, what part of production do you like particularly? What parts of production do you like?
I don't know, it's hard to say. I really like designing stuff.
Okay, you mean designing screens or designing sets?
Have you thought about that?
Oh, I haven't thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about it. I used to tell the kids. I was the teacher here for 35 years, so I got to design the sets and figure out the graphics and all of that along with the kids. It was the same kind of thing. Do you have any thoughts about doing a series for yourself?
Oh, I'm kind of doing a series with another person right now, but maybe.
What kind of a series would that be?
I really don't know. Maybe anything goes or something.
Okay. Okay. Neat. That's excellent. How do you think you're going to be able to use your experience in television here?
I don't know. Like, I can probably just remember what it was on most tests and quizzes.
Yeah.
And I can probably just try to see how it would perfectly analyze for the production.
Do you notice when you watch TV now? Do you have a different understanding of what they're doing as you're watching regular commercial television?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like what?
Well, of course, there's the different sceneries and stuff, and there's also the different meanings.
Yeah.
But then there's also how different the production is wildly compared to which commercial.
Okay. Have you tried watching a TV show with the sound off and trying to anticipate what it is they're going to do next?
Somewhat. I mean, I did watch. I do remember doing narration for Tom and Jerry and stuff, and the
Cool.
characters didn't talk in that show.
Yeah.
But I think I've seen something like that.
That's neat. That's neat. Okay.
Done stuff.
Thanks for being with us tonight, and I hope you have a good time with the rest of Open House. I'm Dusty Stiles.
Yeah,
Back to you guys in the control room, and whatever else you have coming up next.
Thank you.
So I'm here with Mr. Kobe. He's a biology teacher here at Beverly Hills High School. Mr. Kobe, how are you?
Great. Thank you for having me today.
So for the freshmen watching, tell me a little bit about biology and what you teach, and for the people watching, how you get into teaching.
Well, the first question is biology mostly being a 9th grade class offered here at Beverly Hills High School. For most students, it will be their first science class of high school. And for some, that's kind of a bit of a little culture shock from maybe the science they did in middle school to high school here. And so biology can be a little strenuous for some students, but one that I think most of our students have some success at.
And so I know you've been a teacher here for several years, but how did you get into teaching, and what led you to teach bio specifically?
So I've been a biology teacher for since 2004 here at Beverly Hills, and what interested me, first of all, I think I was always good at the sciences, but particularly the life sciences.
Yeah.
I was a little weak with math, so my chemistry was a little weak, my physics was a little weak, but I always seemed to do well with the life sciences. And so that led me to study biology throughout school, and then I remember wondering, well, what types of careers are offered with a degree in biology, and I thought, well, what about teaching? It's something I've worked with students, with young kids before. In my earlier years, before I was teaching, I was involved in athletics, so I'd had some experience in coaching little younger kids, and I really found that enjoyable and rewarding. So that kind of led me to following the teaching path.
And speaking of athletics, I know you used to teach lacrosse. Can you tell a little bit of the audience about that and the
Sure.
sports programs here at Beverly?
So with regards to lacrosse, there were, I think it was from about 2012 to 2016, I believe it was, when I was the boys lacrosse coach. And For most, lacrosse is a new sport. So we would try to recruit from mainly from the freshman class. If we can get a lot of freshman boys that were interested in lacrosse, our hope is that they would return sophomore year, junior year, senior year, and then over the years we could grow a strong program. Recently I resigned from the position because my wife and I have adopted a newborn child.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So the time commitments have changed. So I stepped aside a couple of years ago.
That's, it's still a big thing, and I know you coached for many years. You're still connected with many kids. That'll be all. Thank you so much, and let's send it back to the desk.
We work to volunteer and raise money to fund opportunities for every division and every part of, whether it's department, whether it's sciences, English, math, anything in the library with the printing, computer labs we're doing. We're raising funds for photography. We're raising funds for robotics. We're raising funds for pretty much every entity of the high school we touch. We meet every Friday morning. We have a great PTSA executive committee and members of the committee that really love to, donate and give back, which is the best part. We support the staff, the faculty, everything here at the high school.
So you guys are really the foundation of so many of our programs here.
Try to be, yes.
So new parents who are looking into getting involved in their students' school, how can they start joining and start being more of a part of our community?
Sure. You can visit BHHS PTSA at bhusd.org, and you can sign up, become a member. You can donate on the website, and then our PTSA meetings are listed on there as well as the executive board member positions. So if you want to do concessions, or you want to do events, or you would like to help with Thank You Tuesday and staff acknowledgement, there's different ways that you can get involved that way. And there's also back to school night. There's open house like tonight where we look for volunteers. We have a toy drive that we do during the holidays, and then supporting the clubs and events around campus with the students as well. I mean, I think the biggest thing that's different for us here is that the S is PTSA, so we try and involve the students as much as we can and get involved with ASB and the clubs that way as well, to help promote like spirit around campus and bring together the parent and the teacher and the student, and just trying to create a positive community.
So what do you guys do to bring in the students and the teachers into your weekly meetings or your monthly meetings, and how do they contribute to the general success of your organization?
Sure. So every month we have ASB come in. They'll speak to us on whether they're doing homecoming or the upcoming dances, whether it's the blood drive. When we do the link crew, we support that. So we bring all of the existing students here into, make and acquaint the incoming freshmen or rising freshmen with who we are as a high school. And as far as parents go, we try and highlight, we're starting a new thing with the PTSA right now. It's called the BHHS Faculty Spotlight. So every month now we're bringing in 3 to 4 different faculty members, and we did a survey monkey of all the parents on campus. And one of the things that the parents really wanted to know is who our faculty and who our staff are outside of the classroom, and kind of what brought them to teaching and what brought them to Beverly. And so now we have a spotlight every month. We just had Mr. Castle, Mr. Chang, and Mr. Isaac at our last meeting. And there were 3 to 4 questions to kind of create like a fireside chat. And we're hoping that's going to bring more parents in to our monthly meetings. I mean, really my objective is to help grow our PTSA community, because I think there's a lot of momentum coming in from having the middle school this year and like one school filtering up to us as opposed to the 3 that we had in one. So I'm hoping the momentum from the PTA that they created there, all one, continues to come into ours and we grow it that way.
Awesome. And switching gears a little bit, you are also of our parent committee for Robotics team, more toward at our school. So can you tell me, the parent committee is very new to our program. We haven't had one before. Can you tell me what difference that has made on team. I know as a member of the robotics team myself, it has made a tremendous difference. The impact you guys have had, helping all of us, providing so much for us. Can you tell me a little bit about what being a parent of a robotics student means and how incredible it is to watch them and support them through this process?
Yeah, I think that the number one thing that motivates me is like their motivation. Like Eli's motivation is he loves being a part of the team. He loves build season. He loves competition. And that love started in 8th grade when we had the pilot program here to bring rising freshmen in to see what the 9th grade, what the high school's all about. And that was one of the biggest blessings, I think, for him because he met and was introduced to all of you. And, but I think the parent community part was missing because there wasn't a forum to bring all of us together to support what the team needs and to really rally behind competition season, build season, travel season when they go to competition. So it gives us an opportunity to come together, get to know each other, and then support everyone who's in that room every single day, starting in, January through the end of February during build season. I think it's really important the parents know how much time and dedication they put into it, how big of an event it actually is when you go to competition and you see it, and to be in that room with thousands of people competing like they do. I mean, it's kind of contagious when you start to see it. But I think the more our parents can get involved, I think the stronger the team will be too as far as spirit and competition and donations. We need our parents to donate. Please donate if you're watching this. But yeah, I love it. You guys are doing great.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Raymer, for everything you do for our school and for all our students.
You're welcome.
Let's send it to the next segment.
Hi, so I'm here with Aiden Diani from ASB. What do you have to say to all the new students and incoming freshmen about ASB?
Well, hello, my name is Aiden Diani. I'm the ASB sophomore treasurer of the 2019-2020 school year, and I just want to explain what the associate student body is. So we are like a student council that you would have in middle school. We perform all the activities at this school, like prom, formal, homecoming, and multiple fundraisers to raise money for our school. And the associate student body, to be in the class, you have to run for it and elected by your fellow peers. And we have multiple presidents for every grade. We have a treasurer for every grade, a vice president for every grade, and a representative. And we also have multiple representatives for specific subjects, including the Norman update, and we also have one for clubs. So we try to cover the whole school, so we have an inside point of view to try to make the school as beneficial as possible.
So why should new students try to get involved with things like ASB?
Once you're involved with ASB, it connects you more to the entire school because you meet more people, you meet more staff and adults that are very interesting people. You get to meet more like city council members, honestly, if you choose to go that path. And you really get connections to the whole school, and you are doing something good for the school because you are choosing to be a helper, basically, to school, and you are improving the school in multiple ways.
So what are some of your guys' goals at ASB for this semester and the next school year?
So every year we have the typical activities, prom, formal, homecoming, and we still have that this year, but this year we're trying to advance the amount of activities and try to make new things to our school and make unique activities that you'll only find here at Beverly. We also want to make Beverly a welcoming community, and ASB is known for being a welcoming class that welcomes anyone. Even if you don't get elected, you can still join our class because we want everyone to be included at Beverly.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. ASB sounds like a great opportunity that you should.
Hello, I'm here with, what's your name?
Prince Isaac Abrahams.
Prince Isaac Abrahams. And she's here representing a club. And which club are you representing?
The Black Student Union.
Wow, that's a really important club to have in every school. Tell us a bit of what do you do?
Well, at our club, it's more community, I think. It's a safe space for people of color or otherwise, and we all get to come together. Experiences and perspectives of what it means to be a student in America, what it means to be a student in high school in America. It's amazing. Like, everyone should join. Trust me. There's food. I'm there, and it's gonna be great.
Sounds very, very wholesome. It's a wholesome club. And sometimes schools do need more wholesome clubs.
Sure.
Yeah, that's one thing I feel like, maybe I shouldn't say this, I don't know. I feel like Beverly doesn't have as cohesive as a culture as some other schools might.
I can definitely speak to that. As a student who's been to 4 high schools, that's 4 high schools, I've definitely seen like the different dynamics of what it means to be a student. Like, I used to live in downtown LA, and like it was a largely Hispanic community, but one thing they did have was like a sense of like a bond, and that I haven't seen in many other schools, because I went to an art school, everyone's an individual. But here it's like we lack that, and I think our club is here to bring people together. Cameras there, bring people together, and yeah.
I guess in there's club day. Go ahead and sign up for Black Union Club. That's what it's called, right?
Yes.
I just don't want to mess anything up here. And become part of this growing community and have fun. That's it. Okay. That's kind of a weird wrap.
Much better, much better. There we are. Oh, we're live. I can hear me. Son of a gun. All right. Our assignment is to kind of give you an idea of what's going on in here.
We're walking through our control room.
Yes. Okay. Up here is camera 1, and that's the camera that you're seeing. Over here is camera 2, which is Studio B. Over here is camera 5, which is the 3rd floor. We have a wire running from here to the 3rd floor. Several wires. Here is 2nd floor. Here is the hallway, and here is us. Oh, how come we're there again? Okay, we're there again. How does that happen? If you walk into the control room, you become multiplied immediately. Congratulations.
What we're doing here is that important.
Absolutely, yeah. There's more of us, the better. What allows this to happen is an entire crew. All of these guys actually have a job to do. And since you're seeing it at home and hearing it, they're doing the right job. They're doing the right thing.
That's true.
It's excellent.
They have been working on this project for the past couple months. Here is our very busy lead producer, Ricky Wave. We have our technical director, Jacob Suomi. He's a junior. All of our producers today are actually juniors. We have Josh Katz. He's fixing our audio right now. Hopefully we'll be getting it top notch for the rest of our interviews. And Fiory Carey is right back here. I think we can kind of see him.
And that's the shot.
Also fixing our final touches for our remaining interviews. We are also in this control room for all of our Norman news and Norman update shows. They're filmed on the desk that is to the right of you, actually, where you're positioned. And yeah, a lot goes on in here, and we're very excited to have such an amazing studio. Mr. Stiles actually took a major part in making sure this place is top-notch for all of our students over the decades who have been coming in here to make these shows happen. So thank you, Mr. Stiles.
My pleasure. We've been doing these open houses since the early 80s. And every year they get a little more involved. The deal with open house is it's the kids' design. I mean, the students are the ones who figure out what it is they want and make all the materials to do it. The teacher, in my case, if they come to me with a problem. Oh, I can't figure out how to do this. Can't figure out how to do it. I show them how to do it. I get out of the way. And the show is theirs. It continues to be theirs.
So we thank Mr. Stiles and Mr. Carey for all they do for our program, and it seems like our producers are telling us we're ready to go for the next one. Is that correct?
Is that a wrap up?
Is that a wrap? Okay, so now we will be taking it to, who are we taking it to
So now we're gonna take to our very own sponsor break.
So thank you.
This program was brought to you in part by a generous donation from the Bossy family. K-Bev thanks you for your support.
But it's gonna be a minute because I have. Okay, we're doing the interview. Come here, guys. Okay, so we are here with Steven and Haley. So Steven, I heard you're implementing a club. Can you tell me about your club?
Yes, it's a beach club, and we basically do, we host beach cleanups. We work on marketing and raising awareness on climate change and important issues about the environment.
And Haley, can you tell me about the clubs that you're involved in here at Beverly?
I'm not involved in any clubs.
Oh, that's okay. You know, maybe you'll find one today. Maybe MSA. So Steven, yeah. So Steven, can you talk to me? Come a little closer. Don't be scared. Can you talk to me a little bit more about your experience at Beverly so far, what you've learned, and what you can teach the incoming freshmen?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. I started as a freshman not really knowing how to get involved in the school, and then I started getting involved in ASB, hosting pep rallies, and we started to grow from there, and I decided to start a club at the school, which was really fun.
Yeah, and what has ASB taught you?
You just have to take a chance, like believe people will follow you if you decide to host something, and just like go with it, try to do good for the school.
And what would you say to the incoming freshmen who's scared?
Just be yourself and take risks, put yourself out there. You'll be.
And what would you say about like our sports program? For anyone who's interested in sports and they need to know a little bit more, what would you say?
It's a really good program. There's great people, great way to meet people. I did tennis for 2 years, but this year, since I'm in ASB, I decided not to do it. And I mean, it's nice, just ask people around if you can't find where tryouts are.
And your thoughts on tennis, you like it a lot?
Yeah, it's a really good sport, and the people there are great.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Steven. We're going to send it back.
Steven Assetti.
And Steven, what grade are you?
I am a senior.
So I see you have a very bright sign here that says join speech and debate. So what can you tell us a little bit about this class?
It's not a class, it's a club. We meet Wednesdays at lunch and occasionally after school. Speech and debate is, for the most part, fun. You make new friends, you learn about issues, you go to tournaments together, and it looks great on your college application. Plus, when you get to college, you'll have significantly improved writing and public speaking skills.
So it sounds like a great opportunity. It's a fun way, it sounds like, to make friends, meet new people, and you know, like you said, it looks good for college, and you know, it'll also help with writing and stuff like that. So thank you so much for allowing us to interview you. This is just one of the many opportunities here at Beverly Hills High School that you can get involved with as an incoming freshman or any grade that you're in. So thank you so much for letting us interview, and now on to the next.
Hi, I'm Yasmina Hubsian, the president of DECA. DECA is the biggest club here on Beverly's campus. It's an internationally recognized organization for business and entrepreneurship. DECA is a competitive club, so we do go to competitions twice or 3 times a year, depending on what we qualify for. We do nonprofit work in the area of Beverly Hills. DECA is an incredible club for you to join. It really helps with college admissions because it shows college admissions that you not only are academic in school, but that you also can be academic outside of the classroom, and shows that you're a versatile student. Follow us on Instagram at BHDECA and DM BHDECA with any of your questions or concerns, or if you're looking to get involved early, we love any involvement. You can also email me at ohebsianyasmin@gmail.com with any additional questions or concerns, and I would be happy to help. Thank you so much. We hope to see you soon.
We are K-Bev. From producers to directors, editors, journalists, and field reporters producing the Norman Update, the news, weather, sports games, shows, and more, creating a product for everyone to enjoy. KBEV 6, what's right about Beverly?
Hello, and we are back with another very involved parent, Cindy Trost. Hello, Cindy. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Eva. I'm so happy to be here.
Cindy is the president of our BHEF program here in the BHUSD district. So can you tell me a little bit about what BHEF does for our schools?
Sure. BHEF is the Beverly Hills Education Foundation. We are the only nonprofit 501c3 charity in the community that raises funds for all of our schools in Beverly Hills. And we provide programming from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade. We donate funds directly to each individual school, and then we fund district-wide programs like the PBIS program that is in all of our schools, and I think very active here on the campus at Beverly Hills High School.
And can you tell me which programs specifically you guys contribute to on our high school campus?
On your high school campus, we contribute to more than 25 different programs.
Wow.
Everything.
Thank you guys.
PTSA and the Beverly Hills Education Foundation fund several of the same programs, but we do different things. Like we can pay for people, and PTSA often pays for the materials and the things and to help support the entire program. So we support robotics, much like your PTSA does. In addition to the Performing Arts Department, we have the Performing Arts Circle, and that's for the orchestra, for the band, for the choir, for the musical theater programs. We also support the AP testing programs, the college counselor. We work with the walk-on coaches for sports. So we cover everything from academic departments to elective departments, career technical education, and one that's near and dear to my heart is the support of K-Bev and the work that we've done through helping you with Skills USA. And
Thank you for that. We are actually
programs.
the #1 school in the state of California for broadcast journalism, and we are ranked nationally with Skills USA.
I know.
So thank you for your help with that.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure for BHEF and our board members to be able to contribute to the education of our kids. So many of you are getting into wonderful programs across the country, and the CTE program is fantastic. You guys are getting into broadcast journalism schools. We have students that are getting into medical programs. It's exciting, the work that is being done in our community through BHEF and the funding from PTSA to be able to elevate education for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Tro, so much for everything you do for our district.
Well, let me mention, if someone wants to support, they can go to www.bhef.org and donate to BHEF to help K-Bev, in addition to lots of other programs here at the high school.
Awesome. Thank you, and make sure to check that out. Let's send it to the next program.
You know my name? You know his name? Yeah, Nathan Long.
Who are involved in DECA? I love DECA. Tell our freshmen what DECA is about.
DECA basically is a business club that involves marketing, entrepreneurship, hospitality, and finance, and different business aspects. And basically, it just teaches you so many life skills, and it's just the best club on campus.
And so recently, you guys competed at district. Can you tell me how your team as a whole did and how you did individually?
As a whole, I think Beverly did so amazing. We all proved ourselves greatly at district, and also I think I did pretty good as a sophomore, and yeah, I'm really proud of us.
And not only do you guys compete in district, but you go to state too. I've been there, it's so much fun. Tell me like how you guys prepare like for state.
Preparing for state comes with a lot of like studying, going on Quizlets, practicing role plays, and just like getting in groups and really working hard. And yeah.
And so there's different categories you can compete in, like marketing, business, hospitality, like you said. What do you compete in?
I compete in marketing management.
And what have you learned from it?
I basically learned how to put yourself out there, how to really get what you want, how to bring people in, and it's really helped me in life, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think you freshmen should join DECA because I've learned so much and like she's learned so much. And what would you say to the incoming freshmen coming here right now who don't really know where to turn?
I feel like DECA would really like introduce you to a lot of people in this throughout the school, like sophomores, juniors, seniors, and it'll really help you out throughout all of high school because it'll just put you in that like, okay, I'm ready for it mindset.
Great, thank you so much, Hannah. You heard her. Join DECA. We're gonna send it back.
Hi, so I'm here with...
Hi, Haley.
So what grade are you in, Haley?
10th.
Okay, so what kind of stuff are you involved with here at Beverly that you think some of the freshmen should get involved with?
Well, right now I'm taking MSA. I really recommend it. It's a really good class to take. Really interesting.
So what kind of stuff do you do in MSA?
We learn about the body and like, I don't know, the brain. Right now we're learning about the nose, throat, something doctor, I don't know.
It sounds like a fun time, a great learning opportunity. Are you involved with any sports here?
No, I'm in PE.
Have you been to any of the football games or any of the sports games this year?
Yeah, I was a cheerleader for a week.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Would you recommend it to any incoming freshmen?
Yeah, if you're down for the commitment.
That sounds fun. It sounds like you'll be able to meet a lot of new people. You know, like I said, these are just some of the opportunities that you can get involved with here at Beverly. So now we're going to send it back to the studio. Hi, I'm Jackson Harris from K-Bev, and I'm joined here by Hila from ASB. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, what is ASB?
ASB is our associated student body on campus, and it's composed of representatives from each grade level that are chosen by their peers every year and every semester, the first semester if you're a freshman. And then you get to kind of learn about different school activities, and we're kind of considered the student government, so we help plan a lot of school-wide events.
So how can freshmen and new students get involved?
So freshmen and new students can get involved as we usually have a freshman election before the start of second semester, or we have an election at the end of their semester now that we have a conjoined middle school. We'll probably have an election maybe at the end of the year. But we have a lot of positions for people who also might not be elected and are interested in ASB, where they can become commissioners.
So what are you looking forward to coming into this next semester?
ASB has a lot of fun events. Personally, as a senior, I'm looking forward to a lot of our senior events. Like we're doing a senior movie night for the first time, bringing it back. It hasn't been done in a couple years. We're also doing junior, senior night. We're planning a lot of fun events like that, and also Valentine's Day and different holiday fun things that we get the whole school involved in.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Your experience so far of this high school today?
It's really big. I'm scared to be lost in 9th grade in the first couple of weeks, but I'm excited to meet new people and new friends. So.
Yeah, that's a good. And yeah, when I was in 9th grade, this school is pretty big. You will figure out the path that you take every day, and so you will learn how to not get lost. How did you? Were you at your 8th grade school since, like, for how many years have you been at your 8th grade school?
My 8th grade school, I mean, we just moved to BV, so 1 year, but before that, since 6th grade. So yeah, but I've been to Horseman and El Rodeo, so I've been to every school practically.
Wow. Yeah, I was in Horseman for 8th grade, and I liked it. I mean, tons of people have been to those middle schools since, so the change of having to go to a completely different school after their whole life can be pretty drastic. So, I mean, luckily you're a little bit more used to change, I think, so the transition will be easier on you. How do you like 8th grade?
It's harder than 7th grade. I wasn't expecting it to be as hard, but I'm getting through it, so that's what I'm happy about.
Yeah, that's how school is. I mean, 9th grade is going to be like that, 10th grade is going to be like that, and now you're going to finally be able to really choose what classes you're going to take. And so you'll be able to more define your path of what you want to do. Is that it? Let's see. I don't have any communication here. Are we done? I have, like, no communication. Thumbs up? Oh, you're live. I'm still live. I got nothing here.
The brave men and women that protect and serve deal with stressful situations daily, and many carry these with them 24/7, which can have a significant emotional impact on them and their families. Officer suicides are on the rise nationwide. Copline is a confidential hotline manned by retired, vetted, and highly trained officers. There is no stigma in asking for help. It takes courage to wear the uniform, and if you need help, have that same courage and call 1-800-COPLINE.
Hi, so I'm here with
Prof. Isaac.
So, what classes do you teach here at?
I've taught actually all the classes. I've taught Spanish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I've taught the 7A, and I've also taught the AP.
That's great. So, I know you've been teaching here for many years. What's some advice for incoming students and sophomores who are just starting their foreign language?
The best advice that I could give for my students is to communicate with the teacher and don't wait last minute. To keep up with your school, to keep up with the curriculum, and to basically don't fall behind. So many students, when they come into the high school, they have so many classes, and it's hard for them to juggle. The best thing is to prioritize. For Spanish or French or Hebrew, is the best way to do it is to communicate with the teacher. When you communicate, if you're falling behind or if you need any clarification, you just go to the teacher and say, I really need help, what can I do? So that's the best way.
So for the students who have already been taking the language, is there any kind of test that they can take for placement?
It depends on what the next class is. So basically, if they want to test into honors, then they would have to take a kind of a challenging test, and then we'll go from there. They don't have to take a test to go lower, to go to a different class, but if they want to go higher, you have to take a higher, you have to take a solid test. They're very challenging. They are very geared to AP, geared to whatever the standards are for the California testing. And then if they do well, then the teacher will say to the counselor that the students did well on the test, and then we'll move them to the curriculum.
That sounds great. Thank you so much for allowing us to interview you, and now we'll send it back to the studio. Yep. Thank you so much.
And we're back. I'm with Stephanie Samuels, who was here back in the early '80s. But you've started another program called Copline. Is that right? Can you talk a little bit about that? We just saw a PSA on it, right?
You did. I actually, when I was back here at Beverly High, I was one of the first teenagers on Teen Line.
Teen Line.
And I was peers talking to peers, and ended up going to the field of psychology, ended up working with law enforcement officers, was debating whether or not to be an officer myself, and spent a lot of time in police cars, and realized that they had a lot of stressors that they would not talk to anybody about, and the people they were most comfortable talking to were officers themselves. So I thought, from the foundation of Teen Line, where teens clearly were far more receptive to talking to other teens, that we could do the same thing with the law enforcement community. And I ended up founding Copline. Had founded another hotline in New Jersey first, and a bit of a mission drift there. And the problem really became confidentiality, because they took government money. They could not maintain the confidentiality, so officers were not calling those lines the way that they needed to.
Right.
Suicide rates are extremely high. So Copline founded it. It's a not-for-profit, and it has been amazing.
How far does it extend? Is it nationwide?
We are throughout the United States and Canada right now. So we fielded 1,600 calls last year. Those numbers continue to rise, and it's really been.
How do officers find out about it? It has to be in-house, I imagine.
So a lot of times it actually goes through social media. Social media has been great. Law enforcement has private chat rooms as well.
Wow.
A lot of times they don't trust their departments, or though we certainly send out information for the departments, they trust their unions. So we've had the unions that have supported us. And the more PR we can get, and when Joe did the public service announcement for us, which was just outstanding, to be able to get that out there, and really trying to get some help for anybody that might be listening tonight, that we can get that on some of the networks. We've got so many people that are watching. My officers are watching those law enforcement shows. What an important message to be able to get out there, because and most of the time the public doesn't think about it. They see the shows, they think, oh, they're involved in shootings, they deal with deaths of children, they go home, they kiss their kids. That's not what's going on out there.
Okay.
So.
And what position do you have now with that organization?
So I'm the founder, and I'm currently the director of Copline. So I oversee all of the different aspects of it. So we're doing training right now. Next training is going to be in the Dallas area in February.
Cool.
So I help organize that. But our lead trainer is from out here. He's with the behavioral science services unit over at the Los Angeles Police Department. So.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I spend a lot of time out here, even though I live in Jersey.
What a great service. What a great service you're providing.
Well, the foundation was here at Beverly, and I know that sometimes people question, is there anything from high school I really take with me? And the answer is, I took my entire life with me.
Yep, wonderful.
Yep. And the officers out there, thank every one of those people here at Beverly for helping me.
Thank you very much for being here tonight.
Thank you so much.
Great,
It's great seeing you.
Back to you guys. Perfect. Thanks
Hello,
very
everyone.
much.
So we're here with Miss Mars. Miss Mars is an English teacher here at Beverly Hills High School, and she runs Service Learning. So first, let's start off with English. What made you want to become an English teacher?
Well, I know it's not a popular opinion among a lot of students, but I love reading. And there's a lot of stuff to read, not just boring English books. I love reading, I love writing, I love talking about ideas. So that's it. It was my favorite subject in school, and I just wanted to keep doing it.
And so for the students who aren't as good at English, maybe at other subjects, what would you say to them? How do you push them to just be the best student that they can be?
Well, I guess it depends on the student, but I would say for incoming ninth graders, for example, I would recommend just reading a lot, and it doesn't even have to be books. Reading online news articles, reading things you like online, any kind of read. The more you can be exposed to language and sentence structure, the more you kind of, or become a better writer. So I think reading is really important. Find something you like. There's always something someone likes. If you're a gamer, read about the history of the gaming industry. There's a lot of good books on everything.
And so you also run Service Learning. So explain to everyone what Service Learning is.
Service Learning is a general elective class, and we have an application and interview process because we take our work really seriously, but we have a lot of fun. We every student does some kind of project based on something that student is passionate about. So homelessness, or we have an animal rescue sort of project going on right now, and all kinds of things that people like. So we meet once a day and we do projects, and we do a lot of activities around the school too.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Miss Mars. We're going to send it back. Thank you. Thank you.
So, I'm here with
Sina Koshman.
So, you are the president of choir. So, what can you say to, incoming freshmen and even students who are already here at Beverly?
Honestly, going into high school, I did not think I would be taking choir. I was like, no, I'm just going to stick with band. Choir, I don't think will be fun. But then I talked to one of the madrigal singers, and he really convinced me to join choir. And honestly, it's my favorite part of high school by far. I mean, I've made so many friends. The choir program really is my family at this point, and it's a great way to meet people. Even if you can't sing, we have beginning classes. You don't need to be able to sing. You don't need to be able to read music or anything. You just come in and you learn, and it's really fun.
That's great. It sounds like a lot of fun. I know you guys are like family in there. So for some of the people who, maybe they're a little bit better than the beginner program, how do they get into something like madrigals?
Okay, so coming in as a freshman, everybody has to be in the beginning ones. But if you are not a freshman, you can audition for either Minnesingers. Minnesingers is for sopranos and altos. Most of the time, those are girls. And that's like the intermediate class, and then madrigals is the advanced ensemble that you have to audition for. But yeah, if you are advanced, you could just audition and you could get in. So
great. Thank you so much for allowing us to interview you. And now I'll send it back to the studio.
Hello, and we are back with Miss Riley. Miss Riley is one of our co-heads of the math department.
Hello.
So Miss Riley, can you tell me a little bit about what you do as a math teacher and what an incoming freshman can expect from math at Beverly?
Sure. So I teach 3 levels of math right now. I have an Algebra 1 class, I have 2 Algebra 2 classes, and I have 3 AP Calculus AB classes. So I actually get to teach freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, which is fun. Incoming freshmen, most of them will be, well, they'll take one of 3 classes. So they'll either take honors algebra, or they'll take honors geometry, or algebra A. So algebra A is algebra over 2 years, and then the regular algebra 1 is for students just coming in from Math 8. And then the honors geometry is for kids that are kind of at the accelerated pace.
And if a student comes in and starts at regular algebra, is there a way for them to reach honors geometry and honors algebra 2? Can they grow, or are they stuck at the normal level of math?
They are never stuck, which is really nice. We actually have multiple pathways for them, depending on, everybody kind of comes in at a different place, and brain growth happens at such different times for people. So if a student comes in algebra 1, some of those students are ready to accelerate to the honors that summer, so they can take honors geometry in the summer. Some of them need a little longer, and so we also offer pre-calculus in the summer between their junior and senior year. So if they're still trying to get to AP Calculus or AP Statistics, they can still get there in both of those ways.
And you said that you teach both Algebra 1 and Calc, so those are very different kinds of students. What do you notice in your AP Calc students that maybe the Algebra 1 students can learn from?
So, you know, so I haven't taught Algebra 1 in quite a long time, and I just started teaching it this semester. And I'm noticing one of the biggest things is the ability to handle fractions. So my calculus students are willing to do the work with fractions, and my Algebra 1 students shy away from fractions, I would say, and that just comfort level with fractions is really helpful.
I can attest to that. I remember I was a decimal person.
Oh.
Very long. I thought it was so easy to just plug it in my calculator, but when I actually write out the math, being in AP Calc, fractions are very helpful.
Fractions are your friends. They really are.
They are.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Ms. Riley, so much for being with us, and thank you for all your help and support for all of our students.
I love teaching. I've been here this is my 15th year here.
Wow.
And I hope to continue to be here for a long, long time. Love the students here at Beverly.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Riley. And now let's send it to a message from our principal, Mr. Mead.
First and foremost, you got to make it to the freshman orientation. We have that on the Wednesday before school starts. It is Link Crew. We feed you, we show you your school, your lockers, everything else. We get you connected with some upperclassmen, juniors and seniors who are awesome. So right away, getting started on the right foot. I know you've all met each other now at the BV Middle School, so that's awesome. You know each other already, but it's going to help you get connected here. You'll have a good time. Like I said, you'll get fed. So one thing is that. And the next thing is, and it's going to be a theme, get connected. Get connected with your teachers, your counselors, find a sport, find an extracurricular, get involved. And we'll probably talk about that more in a minute. Right, well, first of all, I'd say get to know your counselors and your teachers. You'll probably start communicating with the counselors fairly early in your careers here at the high school, so get to know them. Also, you'll get to know your teachers. You'll be seeing syllabi in the first week. Read that, look at it, talk to your kids about it. So that's a really important thing. You're going to want to download the Aries app. That's a helpful thing. Talk to your kids about Google Classroom, see if they know how it works. Hopefully they're all using it, and that should be easy. But in terms of communication, check out the bulletin, which comes in the mail. Get involved with PTSA and BHEF. Get connected as well. So with teachers and students, it's really, with parents and students, it's really the same thing. Get connected, get involved, and just kind of know the landscape. And it's not hard to do. Like I said, syllabi, emails, things like that, they're all out there and they're easy to find. There's usually a transition period from middle school to the high school. We're excited about looking at the difference now that we've got the dedicated middle school, and to see, you know, if kids are feeling more prepared and it feels a little bit less foreign after being at a K-8 now coming from middle school. So we're excited about that, maybe even academically. I think kids should be prepared for a little bit of a challenging transition. It's one that's supported by our students and our counselors and our amazing staff, but it can be a little challenging. Classes like biology, those are classes that have challenging reading. So I would say prepare to spend a little bit more time at home digesting reading materials than you have in the past. I think that that is a very necessary thing. For some students, they'll be taking honors classes. Those will also, of course, be classes that might be uniquely challenging. I do want to say that even though sometimes it's a shock to the system for some of our kids, they all find a way to succeed, and that's something we're proud of. But do be prepared to dedicate a little bit of extra time and to look and review at your study habits. What are you doing? When are you doing them? Is it a distraction-free environment? Does that work for you? These are things that your teachers can help with, your counselors can help with, and we have a lot of support systems for this transition. So don't worry about it, but do be ready to kind of evaluate what works and what doesn't fairly early in the semester. Well, one of the things we're really excited about the middle school are the opportunities for kids in these areas. For example, our middle school kids are exposed to STEAM. We have STEAM type activities here. For example, we have the robotics team, which we're really excited about. We have K-Bev, which is another technical area where kids can learn future-focused aspects of their education. We have architecture. There's a lot of different ways to get involved with education that will be useful for later on in life. But also in our classrooms, any of our Gen Ed classes, a lot of the things that we're teaching, collaboration, the use of Google Docs, sharing, working together, these are things that also help prepare kids for readiness for college and career. Obviously, everything you do at Beverly Hills High School is college prep. You can't avoid it. Every single class, whether it's honors, AP, or regular coursework, they're all A to G college prep. So obviously that's thinking about careers and the future, but specifically the many opportunities that there are to get involved in career tech education, culinary, entrepreneurship. We have an animation class. We have photography. We have a great many ways for students to get involved in career tech education. That one's easy. Get connected. It's really, really important that students especially, but also their parents, get connected. So what does that look like? We want them in academics. We want them succeeding there. That's kind of our bread and butter here, and we're proud of it. But they need to get involved in something additional, something that connects them to other students with like interests, obviously sports, performing arts, career tech education. These are the kinds of things, clubs, leadership, service learning. There are so many ways to get connected, but every single student should have at least one thing that they're connected at the high school beyond the needful academics. So talk to your counselors, talk to your friends, ask older brothers, older sisters, get connected to something, be productive, have fun, and meet new people. It's really important. It's the most vital thing you can do. You can almost measure a student's potential for success by their connectedness with some part of our high school community.
Yeah, I'm here with Preston Joseph, and we're going to talk about the Beverly Hills Education Summer School. Now, that sounds kind of, are you kidding, summer school?
Right.
But there's a big advantage to doing it that way.
Sure. I mean, we think of summer school maybe in the past as I failed a class and I have to take it in the summer. And we do offer that. We offer credit recovery, but most of our kids are getting ahead, taking classes, making room in their schedule so they can have a more flexible schedule. As a WASC accredited school, all of our classes will go on your high school transcript. And
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so impressive. So they'll take a basic English class, they'll take a history class, they'll take a math class?
We offer math classes and health class and a couple of electives.
Outstanding.
A couple classes for rising freshmen even. If they want to, kind of have a soft landing in high school, they can take a class in the summer and then start in the fall with a little more familiarity with the school.
I can see how that could be a big advantage.
Right.
They come into the building in September, they're already familiar with it.
Right.
They're already familiar with probably many of the teachers that they're going to have anyhow.
We hire our own teachers, and so they can build those relationships. And
very nice,
yeah.
Very nice. Now, the BHEF funds it, is that correct?
It's run through the Beverly Hills Education Foundation, and of course all of our profits go back into the school district.
Right.
And we have our dates set up, so we run 2 semesters. Semester 1 is June 8th through the 23rd, and second semester is the June 24th through July 10th. And it runs from 8 in the morning to 1:20, so you could take one class at a time.
Very nice. And I see. So it's one class at a time. for that period.
And it's a really compact semester, so it's a lot of work, but it allows you to really focus on one class and get that done in the summer.
And the way that's laid out, then you could pick up 2 classes in the summer.
You could do 2 semester classes or 1 year-long class.
1 year-long class,
Right.
okay. And that frees up your next year.
Absolutely.
To pick up something like band or music or something else that you wouldn't be able to, right.
An AP class that you may want to get into.
Yep.
Absolutely.
There's no AP in the summer.
We don't offer AP classes. We offer a few classes that are honors, like honors geometry.
Okay.
Is one option, but most of our classes are regular track classes.
Nice,
Yes,
nice. Well, excellent. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
I
appreciate it.
What's the capacity, or do you have a capacity for the summer classes?
We cap some of our classes, but we're pretty open, and we can add teachers if needed and add sections if we need to.
Okay. All right. That's very nice.
And registration will open at the beginning of March.
Okay.
And then in the next few weeks, we'll have a full offering on our website, bhef.org, of all the classes that we're offering this year.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Sounds like a
Appreciate
great
it.
program.
Thank you.
All right. And back to the control room.
Back with Jade, a junior here at Beverly Hills High School. So you're a part of choir, but you're not just a part of choir. You're on another level. Tell me about it.
So I'm in the Madrigal Singers, which is the highest level of all the choirs. But in total, there's Coro, Les Chanteurs, Minnesingers, and the Madrigals, which is what I'm in. Coro and Les Chanteurs are the beginning. Coro is the tenor bass choir. Les Chanteurs is the soprano alto choir. And once you've completed 1 year of Les Chanteurs, you can move up to Minnesingers, which is the middle of all the choirs. And when you're in that, you can't move up to Madrigals unless you've auditioned and gotten in.
Wow. And so what is the audition process like? Like, what should freshmen or just anyone expect?
Once you audition for Madrigals, it's really if you want to go straight to Madrigals or Minnesingers, you have to know how to sight read, and you have to be able to match pitch. But it's also just knowing where your voice is comfortable. You don't want to go too far out of your range. So knowing where you're comfortable with is going to help you a lot as a singer. But going into the beginning choirs, you don't have to know anything about music. I didn't when I first came here. I learned it as I went along, and now I'm in Madrigals. So you really just pick it up as you go. The work has to be there. The work ethic has to be strong. But the dedication's completely worth it, because you really do build a family in this choir, and it's so worth it. There's nothing like it.
And for some who don't really think their voice is amazing to, say, be in Madrigals, do you still suggest that they join choir anyways?
Definitely, 100%. That's actually why a lot of people want to join choir, is they don't feel comfortable yet singing by themselves, but they develop those skills as they're in choir. And it's not just that, but you have people supporting you while you're in the group, which helps you a lot build your confidence. It helps you gain control of your voice, which makes you more confident personally as a singer. And then it just helps you step out of your comfort zone completely, and it really helps you grow as a musician.
And when did you learn that you had a singing voice that was ready to take the next level?
I started singing when I was really little. I was just a kid, but as I got a little older was when I developed a real passion for it. And once I moved here my freshman year was when I took the perfect opportunity in joining choir, and I've never 1 second regretted it.
Well, you heard Jade. If you have a voice, join choir. We're going to send it back. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, that was live.
So I'm here with Mr. Stiles and Mr. Carey. So what can you tell incoming freshmen and other students about K-Bev?
Come in enthusiastic. You can do all kinds of stuff.
What I usually tell them is abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
So, Mr. Stiles, I know you've been part of K-Bev for a very long time.
Long
You
time.
founded it. So, you know, how have you seen K-Bev like go from where it was when you first started and to where it is today?
Well, when it first started was obviously it was on tape. It was 60-pound cameras with turret lenses, and there was a point where we had 3 cameras, but one of them had a zoom lens, and it was quite primitive, and still the kids had a great time. The open house generally is designed for the kids to figure out kind of programming that we don't normally do, so they expand it, and they're still doing that. It started in tape, now it's digital, and huge difference.
Right.
I'm looking at the camera shots even today, and I remember them always looking slightly fuzzy, slightly spotty, and these are so nice and clean, and they work under such low light. We used to shoot at 130-foot candles, and everybody would sit around these tables and just sweat because it was so hot. Not anymore. It's very nice.
It's amazing because here we have a bridge of more than 50 years of unbroken. It's if you think about it, the storehouse. Brazil had a fire. The Museum of Brazil burned down, and in it housed what made Brazil. It was its greatest, the archive of everything that meant something precious to Brazil. Beverly Hills, this is their
It's
most
still
precious
here.
entity. How many shows did you leave with when you ended?
7,500.
Wow.
7,500.
Yeah.
We average around 500 a year.
Wow, that's amazing.
500 a year. Times that times 15.
Yep. That's a lot of shows.
Right, a lot of
Yeah.
shows.
So when you think about it, the archive houses people from all the way from the 60s to present day, and Nobel laureates, every walk of life, from governors, we had senators to it's incredible. Right now we're actually transferring a lot of that stuff. We're moving it into the digital realm so that it lasts. And this building is still 100% active in preserving and active in building. It's become such a centerpiece of the community, and it's the archive, the greatest archive that this city's ever come to know.
Right.
It's really something. When I started, this building was 6 months old.
Wow.
Everything was new, bright, fresh, unscarred, and it's still here. We're still working. Now, this used to be the book room. Where we are now used to be the book room, and then it was BHTV, the city cable channel, and then the city moved to new locations, and we got the space. So it has worked out really well, and I think Romeo's doing a really great job of making use of the space that we got.
Oh yeah, we've taken what was the pillars of something really amazing, and we've turned it into a state-of-the-art adventure, and that was only really possible because I had the springboard from all that past history, and coming in with a whole new kind of idea and bringing it into the digital world. When I got here, the programming going out was on extended VHS.
Yep.
So I immediately went into what TV stations are doing today. I come from TV, so I know what it is to be state of the art, and you got to stay with it. And to stay with it means look at what I got to engage students in the real tools of today to be effective, and that's what we did. So now we're equal to any major university,
Right.
and in most cases we outdo them in high school.
Right.
Look at you're a product. You just came here. Where'd you come from, and what's been your experience?
So I was actually at Notre Dame High School,
Uh-huh.
and I transferred over this year, and this program so far has been amazing. It's absolutely, basically changed my life and, you know, how my whole high school experience. You know, this has really, you know, I went from, you know, doing the program at my old high school, which, you know, coming into this program, which is more professional and a lot bigger, it was just amazing. And, you know, sometimes you see the old clips from, you know, K-Bev from, you know, a long time ago, and as a student, it's amazing to see that sort of thing and how, you know, technology has improved and how the program's gone from, you know, how small it was to how big it is, how, you know, a lot of kids and a lot of students want to be a part of K-Bev today. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it only makes sense. What we've moved into is like the YouTube era, right?
Sure.
We've slid into. It's not because we're so amazing. It's because the digital world is blown up, and this is where we're at.
Right.
And everybody who doesn't want to be a YouTuber, right?
Right.
It's like that's like the new celebrity. And so, I mean, here we are, and we're fortunate to be in such a lofty position and have a school district and the principal and the people that are watching over it, you know, endorse it, give it its blessing, and put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Great.
you're the byproduct.
There you go.
Right? Nobody does better than my students. You know, you talk about PR, they sell it, right? And this is the only classroom that goes out into everybody's living room and into the community, into the world.
Yep.
If I told you how many people came into K-Bev because they saw us in another country and said that my son and my daughter, whatever's going on in this place, I want them to experience it.
Right.
That's what happens here.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yep.
We got somebody coming in next year from England.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good.
I hear the count. Is that our countdown? Are they trying to close us up?
I think so. I think they're telling us that we're.
All right. I just want to
about
before we end, I want to just thank Dusty Stiles, because Dusty Stiles was really my mentor. He got me started, and without him, we couldn't. He keeps this place connected. He's actually hasn't missed a beat. He's gone from celluloid, from film to digital tape, and deep into the digital realm, and he hasn't missed a beat. This amazing, unbelievable asset that I want the school to recognize who he is and how important he is to this program.
The fun is getting to play with it all. Good heavens, you know, you keeping it running. It's so neat when the picture is clean and the sound is right and the timing is right. You look at it, you think, hot diggity, we hit another one.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And you know, when you talk about the degree, the level of expertise and the acumen to keep what's happening in such a high, you know, his error rate, his tolerance is really, it's got to be the best.
Right.
He's employed by USC. He does the engineering for USC. You know, if Annenberg could hire him, I mean, it only makes sense that there's a reason why we keep him. You know, he's at the cutting edge of making the connections work. I'm only good for so much of what goes on. I'm no dummy. I know that I need help in certain arenas, and that's why this place works.
Right. So I think it's time to wrap up. Thank you guys so much. K-Bev is amazing. If you're a new incoming freshman or even a student here, it's definitely something that you should want to be a part of. So now we'll send it back to the studio.
What's right about Beverly is all the opportunities you have while at school and how amazing you feel in school. Can I do this again?
What's right about Beverly is Mr. Carey.
What's right about Beverly is the basketball program.
What's right about Beverly is that Honor Bar is 5 blocks away.
The great diversity and the amount of people we have here at our school.
What's right about Beverly is my classmates.
What's right about Beverly is K-Bev.
What's right about Beverly, the amount of electives there are.
The amount of opportunity that's offered here.
What's right about Beverly is Mr. Carey and K-Bev.
What's right about Beverly is our healthy vending machines with non-GMO options for all students.
Mr. Carey and the amazing K-Bev program.
What's right about Beverly is the basketball program.
What's right about Beverly is the friendships I've been able to make here.
K-Bev and Mr. Carey.
What's right about Beverly is all the opportunities Mr. Carey gives us in K-Bev.
What's right about Beverly is K-Bev.
What's right about Beverly is all the electives we have the opportunity to choose from.
What's right about Beverly is the family-like environment where everybody is welcome.
What's right about Beverly is the K-Bev class.
What's right about Beverly is the teachers and staff.
What's right about Beverly is K-Bev.
What's right about Beverly? The K-Bev program, Mr. Carey, and of course, Ryan Damavandi.
What's right about Beverly is the vending machines.
What's right about Beverly is Mr. Hewitt.
What's right about Beverly is the K-Bev program. What's right about Beverly is Mr. Bradbury.
What's right about Beverly is the support from the teachers and the sports programs.
What's right about Beverly is the sports program and balling up with Mr. Carey.
What's right about Beverly are the cookies from the cafeteria.
What's right about Beverly is K-Bev.
What's right about Beverly are the staff and Mr. Carey, especially on his K-Bev class.
What's right about Beverly is Ruffle working at the cafeteria.
What's right about Beverly is Jose greeting us every day.
What's right about Beverly is K-Bev, the sports program, and all the people at the school.
Yeah, let's start over. What's right about Beverly are all the teachers who care about their students and who want to make the year fun.
What's right about Beverly is the amazing security guards we have that protect students from doing bad things.
What's right about Beverly is all the classes and clubs that they offer to help their students become successful.
What's right about Beverly are the amazing and enthusiastic people at the school. What's right about Beverly is all the enthusiasm and positive energy from every single student.
What's right about Beverly are the enthusiastic teachers and all the wonderful people who go to the school.
What's right around Beverly? What's right about Beverly is our amazing athletic programs.
What's right about Beverly is the extracurriculars. The amazing students and teachers.
What's right about Beverly is K-Bev and Carey.
A big
We're back.
thank you
We're back.
to everybody for watching our live stream tonight. And a big thank you to everybody who was involved behind the scenes and all of our amazing anchors.
And thank you to all the people who came to Open House tonight and were willing to be interviewed by us. We had a wonderful time. We sure hope you did too.
And here, let's invite our entire crew from tonight's event. Please join us.
Yay.
A round of applause for all of them.
Another year down.
Thank you to
All right.
everybody, and thank you to Mr. Carey and all of our producers. We have Ricky and Fiory here. We'd also like to thank Josh and Jacob, who's in the control room.
Yay, Jacob.
Yay.
And Becky, of course. Thank you for all you do for us. A couple announcements about K-Bev. We have some basketball games coming up soon.
Yep.
Mr. Stiles, can you give us some of the details?
You know what?
Ricky.
Talk to Ricky.
Yeah, so next Wednesday, we're starting our first basketball game live show. On February 4th, Wednesday, we're going against Samo. Definitely check out our YouTube channel and Spectrum Channel 6 for the live coverage. It's going to be amazing. Get involved, show some school spirit, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it for our 2-hour live stream show today.
Yeah. And our last piece of advice for any incoming freshmen, I think, would be to join K-Bev.
Join K-Bev.
Make sure to check us out when you come on campus. Speak to your counselors to add this class.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
And finally, live from K-Bev 6 Studios. Have a great night and